Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 13 of Let's Play The Outer World. In the last part, we were exploring Groundbreaker Station, and we were doing a pretty good job of it, I'd say. We killed some people, we killed bandits, we killed some monsters in here with my awesome-looking blade. And now, we're going to continue to explore and see what loot we can get.
My dad taught me some French, you know. Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
I mean, she did say she only knew about fucking eggs and that and, like, fucking food. You should have known that by now, man. Come on, Vicar. I feel like Vicar helping someone steal is probably not, you know... We're in the bar? Well, that's not... Wait. Why does the bar have a tactical shotgun?
Welcome to the Lost Hope, our little tribute to the mystery.
Okay. So what's this way?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
Okay, then. You're a server, so who's this guy? Or is this woman?
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
So, I don't suppose you know where I could get some Stellar Bay on Monarch?
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corpse pulled back to Terra 2.
Do you know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
Oh, the trades and systems come through here. Heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
What's this heat issue I hear people complaining about?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
It might be your thermal control system's busted. That can happen if it's not tended to from time to time.
I don't really care what the issue is, kid. I just want it fixed. Sweat's starting to make me chafe in places I shouldn't be chafing.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Luck's nothing against the cold void of space. But sure, good luck to us.
Let's see what you've got for sale.
What ain't I got?
I'm going to assume weapons. Yeah, you don't have weapons. See, so you don't have weapons. See, this woman, she's just full of shit. Though she does have liquor. Liqueur, vodka, wine, punch. Oh, so it's just it's a sugary drink, right? You can't repair stuff. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's E, isn't it? Gotta make the money back that I fucking wasted on there. I didn't waste it, but the money I spent back on stuff. Yeah, just get rid of all this. Don't need it. Never gonna use it. I'm a very simple man when it comes to fucking shit I use. Jesus Christ, that's ugly. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. We'll keep those ones and we'll keep that as well. Right. No, put the gun away. Right. Not really much in here for me, so let's get back out to the promenade and go speak to So we could, oh yeah, we need to go claim the bounty. Let's go do that first. I want my money. If I don't claim my bounty, I'm gonna forget.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicar.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Fair enough.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Good news, I killed Captain McGreed Red, and I roughed him up before I did it.
I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
What bounties do you have available?
With that bastard McRed.
Well then, not worth my time. Level up. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting one. I could do defense. No, I'm not gonna do defense. My intimidate is quite low. I'm gonna get this to 40. If I'm gonna do one-hand melee, I really should make sure I get my melee like attack up as well. Right. There we go. And the real question is, do you two don't level up with me? Vicar, let's keep you on medium. Let's keep you with ranged weapon. Let's keep you aggressive. Whereas Pavati, melee, close and aggressive. Yeah, there we go. I have lost McGreed's lighter. What a shame. Apparently Gladys it has one of the weapons that is attributed to this quest. Ah, yeah.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What are you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Sounds good, let's go. Like later, not right now. Yeah, let's get Pasha's 2 anyway done.
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Yeah, fucking on Bedford. I'm gonna do the Gladys part.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We'll not rent any.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. Said he could sell me a key to a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
I really wish I could put that, but let's tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. but if you've got qualms...
No qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
So why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Say no more. I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outpost, corporate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
So what other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
It's a very weird sort of old lady who's got two people defending her and then still hands out candy. Well, I found where the pink armor comes from. I'm just going to ignore that and leave. That seems like the safest thing to do. So I could go talk to Udon.
She's in there, Mfuru.
I could go talk to Udon Bedford. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's go talk to Udon Bedford. Let's see what that prick prick has a problem with. After we go talk to the chief. Probably best to, like, you know, leave the board for a while.
Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local...
Oh, fuck, that's just a massive door, isn't it? Okay, you can actually see the heat.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm Captain the Unreliable, and my ship's a bit grounded at the moment.
I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to end some.
Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Just passing through.
Statistics don't lie. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Pavati, you wanted to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest.
Thanks, Junlei.
Sorry.
Alright, thanks, Junlei. I have some other questions for you.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away.
Do you have any heat problem? What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
So why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Sure, the board doesn't want Groundbreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
If that's the parts laying around the back bays, will these do the job?
Those are... Wow. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Remarkable. How did you... I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
So I got your parts. Why do I have to go down to some radio maintenance shaft?
If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. As it is, my staff is busy keeping the station from melting down. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first try. Able though you've proven to be.
I'll make my way down.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
You two just need to get a fucking room. Right.
This is Halcyon News.
Where the hell have you been, Brian? You've missed 3 shifts without notice. I was fixing that toilet you sent me to repair. The one above the Lost Hope? That was days ago. The fucking door! It locked behind me. And it wasn't until this freighter captain found me that I... You're lucky the chief would have my ass if I spaced you. Now get back to work, Private.
Right away, sir.
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean stink?
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
Alright now, children, keep it together.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the mantipeers, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about drying your head.
Here we go!
Nice hit!
Right, let's fucking deal with them.
I can't see!
Oh, it's upstairs. Let's go deal with it.
Would like to die.
That's the last of them!
Fucking explosives being close to where I'm trying to kill things. Right. Fuck it, we'll do things on the way back.
Good news, Sean tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostics says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna finish my exploration of this part first. Archive logs and transmissions. Arrival confirmation. To HHB Earth HQ, transmitted via probe, achieved at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker successfully arrived at the Lagrange Point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers, and suppliers of their intended colony world. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop, and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we had left behind. Chief Guaying. Stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements amongst our colony neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities. Period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined in the writing before I ever set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will have to answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remain and defend its freedom accordingly. Fair enough. I mean, you do have to have some independence in a world full of corporations. Alright, fuck you, game. It's a little bit rude. Right. That does look superheated. I'm surprised it's not completely and utterly fallen to pieces. Or melted itself. Shh. Gonna have to go this way. I'm gonna do my best not to destroy them, but it's not really my fault if they have to die. Right.
Unexpected. Performing an area sweep now.
Well, that didn't work.
No!
Well, it's only Pavati. Is she dead now? No, she's not dead. We're all good. Spacer's Choice. Found a new flaw in you. Robophobia. Autumn mechanicals give you the willies, and when they're when they're attacking you, you're not as effective as you should be. See, if it didn't take away dexterity, I wouldn't care. Like, I do want some flaws, but all these flaws are ruining the abilities that are like my main abilities. Okay, there's still some robots left. I didn't kill all of them yet. I'd be remiss if I'd left without those. You know, fuck it, just fall down.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Oh, it's that one. Right.
Processing.
Right, warning! Lithium field pressure at 23%, solid state radiators at 102% capacity, PCM heat sinks at 98% capacity, ambient station temperature plus 8 degrees centigrade, machinery shaft temperature up 27 degrees C. Logs. Cobbled together. The staff is getting restless. Workaround and half-cooked solutions are all that we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. Old plans, new problems. Found some of Chief Goyang's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half her career patching it up. Lots of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers, I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docks. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blooded cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel and find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, it's like I feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma. And let's cycle dumplet load things. Non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating cyclone protocol.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there.
Sissy, you're next.
Oh yeah, probably not a good idea not to have a room.
Their death, our survival.
I probably shouldn't try to run so quickly. Be right. Let's get out of here before we, cook to death. Wrong way. Let's put the weapons away. Let's get the fuck out of here.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
Probably not, Vicar. We don't know.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
What's it like being in command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
This ship is a family business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Condolences, Junlei. I'm sure those were some big shoes to fill.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
And you're a little bit young to be training a successor.
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
Oh, back to some other questions then.
You've got my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
How'd you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Alright, back to some other questions.
You've got my attention.
We'll be on our way. Nothing like a level up. Right, let's level up. So we'll get you up to 45, 50. Actually, revert that. Fuck, no, 45. So I want competence, so I want that. Could not give a shit about leadership. Not really bothered about tech. Yeah, I'm going to keep my 4 specific ones going up. I'm trying to keep all of them around the same thing. Let's get some perks. Yeah, solid. I intend to keep my companions around. I like companions, so we'll go with that. Pavati. Yeah, 10% melee damage, definitely, because I'm making you use a melee weapon. Vicar. 10% ranged. So. Yeah, so we've got all these to do. Let's, we'll do this one, but unfortunately, John, we'll have to do it in the next part. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next part. See you guys then.